everyone. Today, I want to share with you something really personal. The most important lessons that I have learned from my parents. Trust me, these lessons has shaped my life, and I'm looking forward to passing on these same lessons to my own children. If you're interested, then let's dive in. In 3, 2, 1, let's go! Let's talk about my mom. My mom is the first inspirational teacher that I met in my life. She is a fantastic teacher, a teacher of the Word of God. She does have a degree in teaching. In Nigeria, I think that's called an NC, and then she went on to do a BSc in agriculture and went on to have a great career. But one thing that I learned during conferences and events, when they would have different breakout, workshops, seminars in church, I looked forward to my mom's class. Not just because she was my mom, that was it. I did really enjoy her teachings and her lessons. My dad was always talking about how good my mom taught, and a testament to that was how particularly her class was filled, during seminars and during workshops. She's a fantastic, brilliant teacher of the Word of God, and that taught me the power of impacting knowledge and the power of teaching. When I was a kid, I wanted to be like her. I desired that one day I'll be able to impact people with knowledge. And today, apart from being a medical doctor, I am a pastor as well and a leadership development enthusiast. And God has helped me to also mentor other people. And if I do say so myself, I think that teaching grace was passed from my mom to me. So she taught me the importance of knowledge and studying. She would study. She had these big Bibles, putting all the points together, really simple, and it was transforming. I'm watching her, and I'm so excited that I had such an opportunity, to learn and to be inspired even at a younger age. I was so inspired that she taught us during the morning devotions how to teach. We would read the book that devotional called Our Daily Bread, and she would coach us. She would make us prepare the day before or days before we were teaching to be able to deliver those sermons. And even from a young age, something that my parents did invest in while I was growing up was experiences. I can remember that every Saturday that we would go to Shell Club, right? Shell Club Oguno. I don't know if that place still exists, but we would spend time there to bond as a family. I look forward then to swimming, watching, people who would be playing things like lawn tennis, playing with other kids, and watching the English Premier League with my dad some of the time. And it was such an amazing and wonderful experience. I could also remember with my mom and with my dad as well, growing up during Christmas, we would have like Secret Santa, where our parents would gift us with things, our name and everyone's name would be wrapped in the gift, and under the Christmas tree we would go and pick it. Come to think of it, when did she keep those things under the tree? And my parents would also make investment on your special days, like birthdays and special occasions, when I would be receiving gifts from school and having special days. Maybe we're presenting something or doing something. My dad traveled as a marine engineer, but whenever he's around, and always my mom, who was working then and was with us in town, would always be present, and I grew up rich with experiences, and these experiences have shaped my life, the way I view things, and I have come to learn the beauty of living and enjoying experiences with the ones that you love. And this is one important lesson that I have learned from my parents that I would forever, appreciate and love to pass on to everyone who's close to me and everyone that I know. Another important lesson that I learned from my parents was the value of exposure. Now, like I said, growing up, we were never super rich. I had a time where my friends in school, then it was the raining time where video games just started becoming a thing, not when we have the PlayStations now. So then what was raining was the Sega 16-bit. That was like the best game as at that time. How many of you remember the games with the gun, and how many of you remember using cartridges, right, and playing Mario, right? And I do remember that when I went to my dad, now I'm talking about exposure, and stay with me for a while. I do remember when I went to my dad and I asked, like, I wanted a game because my friends had video games, and there was something he always says to me and to us, my siblings, that if you want something, do ask, right? I may not be able to give that to you immediately, but I will save up and I'll be able to get it for you. So I want to talk about exposure because of the environment in which my parents they invested in putting us into, and this was good schools which had made me had the ability to meet people, some of which were way richer and more than us, but my parents taught us good values. That's just on the surface. I don't even want that to be another video. So we had contentment, but they took us into places and environment that allowed us to dream beyond what we had in our immediate environment. So that ability to attend good schools and meeting people who were richer than us, that exposure to the right environment gave me good friends. It helped me dream. It helped me know that I have something on the inside that can make me match up and stand up anywhere that I find myself. My parents were very involved in our lives, so my dad would. Growing up, I had some difficulties with him. My dad was the sweetest. He's gone now, so if I'm using the past tense, my mom is still alive and kicking. So if I'm using past tense, that's because of that, by the way. But he had healthy words. I could remember even in my adult age for saying that you're going to, I have a dream that you're going to be in this place. I have a dream that you're going to be doing these things. And some of those things have come in my life. So exposure, right? It wasn't just to the environment, but exposure to the right words, exposure to God, right? We had the very few people that they had as acquaintance and friends. My parents didn't keep a lot of friends. Were people who we could learn from and who we could aspire to be better. So environment was just so huge and just so big. So I am excited to share these thoughts with you about what I've learned from my parents, from my dad, the amazing work ethic, keeping time, sacrificial living, for my mom being an inspiring teacher. I wanted to be a teacher like her. I saw the positive impact of sharing knowledge and the tenacity. She trained us as well in that. Every morning devotion with the daily devotional, my daily bread, then she would coach us, we will learn. I had the opportunity of preaching multiple times. After the first time, they just couldn't stop giving me the opportunity during the children harvest to share the word of God. It was the beginning of identification of the grace of God upon my life, but it was also the testament to the skill that my mom has not just modeled but she has instilled in us. So my parents, first of all, set the example. I think that's the first thing that I learned from them, that as a leader you have to be inspiring and sacrificial. They also educated us. They also gave us the right exposure, even if I knew it cost them a lot, and they must have denied themselves to be able to do that. And more than any other thing, I celebrate the experience that they gave to us. So share in the comment section with me, what are the most valuable lessons that you have learned from your parents that you would love to share with your kids and those around you. And let's continue the conversation in the comment section. I want to use the opportunity to pay a tribute to my late dad, who was the most amazing man and the most beautiful father figure that I've ever experienced in my entire life and I've ever seen anyone experience. And also to my mom, who was held forth, being with us, loved us, and still standing, and pray that God keeps her in beautiful health and she will eat the fruit of her labor. To my siblings as well, I do love you, and to everyone here for being some sort of community, thank you for watching this video, and until my next one, God bless you.